Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Shaka from Shaka Reacts, and today we've got another music teacher reaction and analysis video for you. Specifically, we're going to be checking out Geoff Castellucci, guys. And you guys spoke, and I listened, and we're going to be looking at Geoff Castellucci's I See Fire from The Hobbit. Love Lord of the Rings stuff, love Tolkien stuff, so I'm super excited to get into this, guys. Let's check it out.
Oh, misty eye of the mountain below, keep careful watch of my brother's souls, and should the sky be filled with fire and smoke, keep watching over during suns. If this is to end in fire, then we should all burn together. Watch the flames climb high into the night, calling out, Father, stand by and we will watch the flames burn on the mountainside high.
Man. Yeah, it's funny, like, I know that he can sing low. I know that he sings insanely low. And I still, even though I'm, like, sort of mentally prepared for it, I still can't be ready for it. Like, that first note, my God, it just rocks your world when you first hear it. Like, wow. It is such a silky smooth sound, too, that he has when he sings those low notes. And what he's able to do in particular, I think, so obviously his what we would consider to be like his normal, natural voice, what he has not necessarily worked to deepen and expand his range, has this really silky smooth sound to it, which is why he sounds so good, you know, in a situation like this where he's basically, you know, mixing himself on top of himself. But even more impressive than that, I think, is his ability to get some of these really just insanely low notes that he's popping out here that I didn't even know was possible, quite frankly, until I started actually, you know, checking out Geoff Castellucci by your guys' recommendation. I didn't realize that people could sing that low. Like, it's just nuts that he's doing this. Just nuts. The other thing that's funny to me, so we did, FYI for those of you who don't know, we did check out one of his others, the Misty Mountains Cold, and I thought they were all different singers. I was totally fooled by it. If you guys hadn't told me that here, I probably would have fallen for it as well. But again, I'm assuming these are all Geoff. I can see it in the eyebrows a little bit better now this time, guys. But man, just amazing. Let's go ahead and keep going, guys. I want to hear more of this. Love what we've got so far.
Mountainside high.
And if we should die tonight, then we should all die together.
Wow, totally different.
Raise a glass of wine for the last time, calling out, Father, oh, prepare as we will watch the flames burn on the mountainside.
Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hollowing souls. I see fire, the blood in the breeze. And I hope that you remember.
Man, okay, we're gonna pause real quick there, because one thing that really popped out to me there, he's singing so low that like I actually mistaked I don't know whether it's the bass or if it's a drum. It's such a low harmonic. I'd have to listen a second time to be able to clarify which one it is. But when I first heard it, I actually thought it was him, his voice. Like he was creating this punch effect in that low subharmonic that typically only instruments are able to do. That's how crazy low his singing is. I actually mistaken? I don't know, whatever the right word is. The instrument for his voice. I actually thought it was his voice, even though it was actually the instrument. It's crazy. Listen to the beginning when the color scheme here switches to the red colors. You guys will hear this kind of low punch in the bass range. See if you think it's actually him when he first comes in. I thought it was just that he was really articulate and he was punching. That's how low he's singing. It's bananas.
Now I see fire inside
Right there.
the mountain. I see fire.
Like his voice has so much strength and he has such good clarity too when he sings that I actually thought that was him. Like he was creating that low of a frequency of sound. I think it's the bass as we listen a little bit more closely to it. But like that, it's crazy that it's possible for me to get those two confused. Like I don't know of any other human on the planet that can sing that low and have that much punch and reverb to their sound in that register. It's bananas.
Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hollowing souls. I see fire, the blood in the rings, and I hope that you remember me.
That was cool. I like that. I like that riff.
Oh, should my people fall, then surely I will do the same. Confined in mountain halls, we got too close to the flame. Calling out, Father, oh, hold fast and we will watch the flames burn on the mountainside.
Desolation.
Wow. I don't know that I've ever heard him sing in that register in a featured manner before. So with voice play, he's obviously heavily featured as the bass. He's been featured a couple times the voice play in a lead role in terms of singing, but his lead usually is, at most a baritone kind of feature. I don't know that I've ever heard him that high up in that falsetto range like that. I really like that. So as a point of comparison, so the gentleman I'm going to say the character, I guess is what I should say. The character on the left right now has been featured a good bit thus far versus this character. So they're two different tessitors in terms of voice. And while this one is nice, the one on the left here again, and I appreciate it a lot, this one in particular, I've never heard him sing in that register before, and I'm all for it. I love his tone quality that he's got going here. It's just so beautiful. Such a beautiful head voice.
Calling out, Father, oh, hold fast and we will watch the flames burn on the mountainside.
Desolation comes upon the sky. Now I see fire inside the mountain. I see fire burning the trees. I see fire hollowing souls. I see fire and blood in the breeze. And I hope that you remember me. I hope that you remember. And if the night is burning, I will cover my eyes. For if the dark returns and my brothers will die, and as the skies fall
gosh, I love this. I don't remember hearing this before in The Hobbit. It's been a while since I've seen The Hobbit, so it's very possible I've just forgotten. I just love everything about this song right now. Just the feel, the vibe, the harmonies are amazing. On point with the harmonies. So one thing I was thinking, and before this section happened, and this section just kind of confirmed it. It's interesting to me. So each of these characters kind of represents like his vocal range to some degree. So obviously we have kind of like the bottom of the bass here on the far left. We have his high register in the middle here in this picture. We have kind of what I would describe as like maybe your tenor 2, I guess is what I would call it, on the far right side. And then, now in this picture, the far right side is more of like what I would call our baritone. So we've got like this is an interesting seating chart, by the way, in terms of that, having it be your bottom bass, your soprano, your tenor, and your baritone. Anyway, interesting. What I find very intriguing here is it sounds like his natural resonance points. So everyone's voice kind of has like resonance areas where they just naturally have a lot of resonance to it. To me, it actually sounds like the majority of his resonance is in the baritone register, which is on the far right, which that doesn't shock me. I think he is more of a baritone than a bass. He's just expanded his range to an insane level. But I actually think the other section where he really has a lot of real beautiful reverb and resonance in his voice is actually that top tenor 1 part, that top tenor 1 range. The guy that's the second to the left right now. It's so strange to me that it's not kind of the middle one in between there. Usually you would think of a resonance as being pretty close to your strongest range. So like for me, I'm a baritone, so you would think like my next strongest resonance point would probably be, either the low bass range or maybe a tenor 2 range kind of a thing, not necessarily my upper falsetto head voice range. And it's so cool to me. Like I was thinking that, it sounds like he's got way more resonance and just reverb and power in that upper head voice falsetto range of that tenor 1. And then we get into this next section and where we have the full 2D section, and my goodness, it confirms it. Just the balance in the blend here is so good. It just cuts. Man, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, I was gonna say there's not more. Is there? There's just an outro here. Yeah, okay. I just bananas. So you guys have said before in the past that he has a massive register that I was just unaware of. I just assumed he had, all this low register stuff going on here. It's amazing to me to hear his full range really flexed here and shown off. Like I said, in particular for me, I was really impressed with his upper head voice in particular. It's something that I know you can develop, and you can really, really hit your stride really well in that if you develop that really well. It's clear that he has. He's got some serious pipes, guys. Just really, really impressed with what he's got here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, I'd appreciate it if you guys like and subscribe. And also, more importantly, turn on those notifications, guys, so that you don't miss any more Castellucci and or voice play content that we got coming out. Last but not least, if you want to continue your journey down that music rabbit hole that we got here, guys, make sure you check out the next video.